coming back to YouTube. Y'all probably not gonna like this answer. They got some motion, so you're gonna have to add some motion. Period. Hey y'all, welcome to another video. It's been so long. And I asked y'all if y'all had any questions for me. Y'all didn't spare me, okay? Well, anyway, y'all, it's been a very long time. I'm so excited to catch up with y'all. It's been, we're not gonna say how long it's been, but it's been a minute. So let's catch up. Let me say what I did. I asked y'all if y'all had any questions for me on YouTube when I post again. Y'all sent them. So I wrote down some that I'll make sure I get to if we have enough time. And let me look at the time. And then it's a couple that I'll just pull up that are just like really quick. But where have I been? Why did I stop YouTube? Am I coming back? Let's talk about it. So the number one thing, why did you stop YouTube so soon? I got a couple of people saying like I was really enjoying your vlogs. What happened? Was it a reason? It was not a reason, y'all. Life was lifing. And not in a bad way. Like, in the last, I'll just say, how old is my kid? 2? In the last 3 years, my life has just been like, the constant thing in my life has been change. So this was a season, no different, where it was just one thing after another. All good things. Fortunate, glory to God. All good things, but one thing after another. And I was like, whoa, when do I get to just brace myself and coast? The answer must be I don't. I just have to adapt. So anyway, so many things were changing. Time. I was also very postpartum. Not postpartum depression, but just still in the learning phases of having a newborn. Trying to have a schedule. My bonus daughter was here, I'll say 40% of the time at that time. But so many things have changed. So let's catch up. So I have my water with liquid IV because hydration is real. I also got me some Moscato. For those of you who know, after having for me, I did not get my tolerance back. So literally, or things that get real funny in my eyes that get real slant. So all right, let's catch up. As you know, one of the questions on here. Anyway. As you know, Chris has always worked out of town. He's always traveled heavily for work. We had a separate house or apartment in Austin for the last 18 months. The first 18 months of Lauren's life and a couple months before that. And he would be there for 10 days and come here for 4. One of the things that changed is Chris is now full-time here in Dallas working. I'm no longer a solo parent for the most part. That has been the biggest, most positive change and blessing that I could have had in this time. So like, I got my man at home. So that's one thing that has changed for the better. I am loving it. It's still an adjustment though. Like, even though it's positive, it's still change. So that happened over the summer. And as of now, at first he was, a regular day shift, got home pretty late, but still before dinner, we could have dinner together. Now, because the project they're working on is in a school district, he's working nights. So there's good and bad. Evenings, I'm solo parenting and our kids are getting very busy. But in the daytime, we actually have more time to connect. Although I'm working, some breakfasts are together. We can go to lunch. We can run and get tacos. We can tackle things for the kids together. So that has been great. But for anyone who goes through a transition, either where your husband is at home every day and then they go travel, or they're traveling and they come home, it's still an adjustment. So it's something that we definitely needed an adjustment buffer to just learn the ebbs and flow of things in the house and the children. But that's a big accomplishment for me. I didn't know this is what hell feels like every day. So cheers to that. And then the next thing that tons of y'all asked, so I'm just going to do it in the update, is Skylar here full time? She is. That is another one of the life changes. She came during Christmas break last year, so we'll just say January, and started school here in Dallas. She is doing really well. The kid is thriving. She's very smart, very talented anyway. So she's doing really good. She's our little cheerleader now. She made cheer. She's also in theater. So she is just doing her thing and blossoming into a beautiful preteen, almost teenager. That's sick. That's crazy. Almost teenager in 3 months, I believe. But yes, so that's another thing. That was in January. Chris didn't come home full time until this summer. And I think when I last vlog, Lauren Ashley had not too long ago started school. But she is still in school. She's in Montessori school. So I have a 7th grader. I have a 2-year-old. I don't even think I vlogged her first. I vlogged her first birthday party, but I didn't post it. So I do need to go back and post it for my own memories. But we have since then had another birthday party. And we're in the midst of planning a 13-year-old birthday party. So, yeah. But yeah, those are my updates. I still have the same job. I still work from home. My family still comes to see us. Have we had any travel? Oh yeah, we've been to Cabo since I last vlogged. We've been to Disney World. Amazing. I'm a Disney mom. I was a Disney girl. So yeah. We went to Fredericksburg recently. That's down near Austin. Amazing. Just for our birthday getaway. And I just celebrated a birthday. Your girl is 34. Cheers to that. Year 34. Let's cheers to the abundant life, positivity, health, wealth, smashing our goals, and becoming our best self. Now let's dive into these questions. Y'all nosy. Y'all are so nosy. Y'all are not nosy, but y'all do not hold back, and y'all never have. Like, even before I was doing social media or YouTube, if y'all had a question, y'all was gonna ask me. Y'all asked me so many questions about my relationship that I'm gonna save that for another video. I am gonna answer some, but baby, y'all want the tea. Okay, let's jump in. These are in no specific order. I didn't look at them to see what was the best flow or anything, so we're just gonna jump in. How do you balance it all so beautifully? Mom, wife, career woman. No, seriously, I don't drink wine because, wine is not the answer because I can't drink. But, I'm thinking about this a couple different ways because I'm a Libra and balance is literally a key to my life. And I feel like I've been in balance for a very long time because I'm learning to balance it all. But I'm going to say a couple things. Number one, therapy. Like, seriously, because I need one thing that's solely for me, uninterrupted, to get my thoughts out. So therapy. Prioritization, yes. You know, what are my top priorities for each day? And then also preparation. Prepping the night before. But please don't let me answer this like I have all the questions and that I'm balanced. I'm very much imbalanced. I'm learning. I've been a mom 2 years now, so I'm starting to get the hang of it. But also toddlerhood is a whole different ghetto or hood. So there's that. But I just try. I really, 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 really just try, and I care about all those things. If you know me at all, you know I really love being a mom. I really care about being a mom. I feel like that I'm able to be such a good mom because of my supportive husband. I would be one regardless, but I'm even more able to with that foundation, so I try my best to be a really good wife too. And I also enjoy my job. I really do. But one therapist told me that, hey, you became a mom, you have new priorities, but whatever, you still just have one pie. You have 100% each day. which you may not show up 100%, but you have one pie every day. Before you were a mom, the way that pie was divided may have been different. Could have been your dog, your family, your friends, work, whatever. Now you have a husband. He was worked in that pie. The pie doesn't get bigger. The way you divide the pie gets bigger. And now you have a baby. She fits in that pie. Or motherhood fits in that pie. The pie does not change. Your priorities change. And so, yes, I still show up for work every day and try my best. I show up in motherhood every day and do my best. I show up as a wife every day and try to put my best foot forward. But I'm also remembering, and I'm on this journey with you. So you're asking me this, I'm in the middle of this journey. I am also a person first, a human. And if my cup is not full, no one gets the best part of me in the pie, even though they all get a smaller part now because I wear so many hats. So I'm trying to balance it all. I'm planning so I can balance it all better. And I'm vocal about my needs so I can balance it all. The newest thing that I'm being vocal about are my boundaries. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there because I have not mastered it. And one thing you will never hear me doing is saying, oh, you should. Honey, wake up every day and try. And be vocal about what you need. Be vocal about how you can support people and how you can't. And be vocal about your boundaries, or you will literally go insane because it's a lot. It's beautiful. It's all the things that I prayed for. But you also have to know how to manage and balance what you prayed for, so what you prayed for doesn't defeat you. So that's something I'm doing right now. I'm doing really good right now. Just trying to do new things for me, like going to the gym, filling my cup up, going for walks. Just lots of things, like choices I've made as a mom with school, having a nanny at first. All of those were things that I was trying to, number one, do the best thing for my child. And then number two, do the best thing for me mentally. So when I am with my child, I show up 150%, if that makes sense. Ooh, baby. Y'all started out with the gusto. The next question. I got this question 9 times. Are you already married? In some variation or form. Y'all be peeped a thing. I am married. Yes, I am married. I know y'all want to know that. I was married before Lauren Ashley was born. So, clock it. Not clock it for real. Y'all wasn't checking like that. Y'all were just like, girl, I think you married. Y'all right? I'm married. Let me get some water because I only got wine happy and I literally have a 2-day conference starting tomorrow. Okay, this is a 2-part question, really long. How are you and Skylar identical? I get that all the time. Any tips for being a bonus mom? Was it hard at first? Y'all's relationship is so beautiful. I love how you pour into her. Thank you. First and foremost, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Love her to death. How are we identical? I don't know. My own mom has asked me that before. My own mom always has this joke like, do you have something to tell me? Like, where were you really in 2012? Girls at Jackson State pledging. But yeah, like we do look a lot alike. We look a lot alike at that age. Like everyone who knows me is like, oh my God, you look just like that when we were little. I don't know. I do. She does look like me. I see it. Normally I don't see it when y'all say I look like people. Very much so. Any tips for being a bonus mom, and was it hard for y'all at first? It was never hard for me and Skylar. But something you also have to know is I had a bonus mom and I was a kid before who had a step parent. Kinda, yeah. And I wasn't as accepting at first. Skylar was very accepting to me, but something that I do understand, having that experience, 3 sips of wine, I already feel it. But anyway, having that experience, something that I do understand is things with children have to be organic. You cannot force it. Some kids will take time. Some won't. Like salad didn't take a lot of time, but kids know authentic people and things. They know when you're lying. If they don't, they figure it out. So be you, be authentic, be respectful. Because these kids come from a whole life before you. You know, you come from a whole life before them. And the truth of the matter is you're coming into their life. That's a fact. Like, you're coming into their life with their parent. Doesn't mean you need to try to win them over or anything. You can just be you. And if it works out, great. If it doesn't, it's best for both parties to, you know what I'm saying? And so that was my attitude. Never forced it. Wasn't in a rush to meet her because I also don't, I just don't think kids need to meet a whole bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? So I would never be someone who played into that. But we have a good relationship. She is a beautiful child, inside and outside. But you also, let me just put this, because I didn't disclose the rest of the question because, like, I feel like it's personal. Skylar was 9 when I came around. So, you know, that's a long time for people to figure their stuff out or get their affairs in order, like my grandma say. You know, like, I came probably after all the things that had to be put in a place and sit in a place. Like, I you know, whatever that looks like for them. And I don't mean necessarily for their relationship. I mean for the kid. I wasn't the first person to come in after a split. I wasn't the fresh person to come in while the child is confused. That's not my situation. So I don't have advice for anything fresh. All I say is, everyone has a lane, and that's whether it's fresh or old, new or old. Everyone has a lane, and if everyone stays in their lane, there's no traffic, there's no wrecks. So, you know, it's respect due and given on both, with the child, with the adults, with the child's parent, because, you know, kids already have a parent. Kids have a dynamic. You just can't expect things to be like bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blessed. I came into the situation I came into. There's been no drama, no things like that, because everyone cared about what was best for the child. So that's as much as I can give. But be authentic, be patient. Be patient with kids. Like, we don't know, Skylar could turn 13 and hormones go, you know, and I'm singing a different song. So you just never know. But be patient, be yourself. Don't force anything, and don't allow anyone to force anything with your children. Be patient. Kids respect who their parents respect. That's another part of it. So there's that. But thank you so much for the compliments. I received that. Love her to death. Hope she continues to flourish. Like, just watching this kid is so amazing. So I appreciate that. I told you, y'all literally got right deep in my business. Like, deep. Are you married? How do you bounce it? Bonus mom. Like, y'all went for the gusto. Y'all ain't say, what you do for work? Actually, I did. That's the next question. What do you do for work? I'm a director of operations for a digital marketing company. So I still work from home. We help people with their presence online and help them to have a presence that converts, that beats out their competition and shows an end user that's searching for them why they're the best person to go to. So that's, you know, that could be a website, that could be their social media presence, that could be their email marketing, that could be their cold email marketing, that could be their paid ads, their marketing calendar, all tied together for a full year. AI platforms that help their end user experience. Whatever their business needs to meet their goals, I help with the digital piece of that. Love my job. Love what I do. Love the company I work for. So let's say that. And then the second part of this question was, would I ever quit to go full time? You put on YouTube / social media. So content creator. If it ever got there, which that wasn't necessarily my end goal starting this, but if it ever got there, sure. But in the meantime, in the next couple of years, I love having stability. I love having benefits. I love having a salary. So for the most part, my goal is to supplement my income for the time being, or for a while. The real reason that I would ever stop is if I, just wanted to full-time be a mom. That would be my reason. But I actually love having an income. I love contributing to my household. I love having benefits. I love having a set salary every 2 weeks. I'm a balance. I'm a safety girl. Like, that is safety for me. Good question, though. Do you want more kids soon? I do want more kids. Let me say this, though. Y'all love to tell people they need to have more kids or ask if they want more kids when they just had a kid. What? But no, I do want more. I do want another kid. I don't know what that number looks like. Probably one. And then you said soon. No. Not right now, but not too far off, but definitely not right now. Would you ever move back to Mississippi? Any advice on relocating with children? You definitely got 2 questions in there in one. Would I ever move back to Mississippi? That would have to be a God told me thing, or a God's timing thing. I'm not opposed to it, but I definitely don't want to right now. But I do have family land in Mississippi, and if it was a thing where it just made sense for me and my family down the line to go back home, I would go back home. And I would probably be sad temporarily, but I have a full village back home, and that's going to get me to the second part of the question. Any advice on relocating with children? Leaving the grandparents, going by yourself, and no village. Y'all probably not gonna like this answer. Can it be done? Let's start with the positive. Yes. I moved away. Let me go back. I live away. My village is not here. I'm raising children with my husband, and they're doing great. We're doing great. Any advice on relocating with children? Because I want to be very truthful about this. If your situation is you have a village and you have grandparents who grandparent, your children has grandparents who grandparent, you're asking me what is my advice of moving out of the Golden Gate. I call that the Golden Gate. My advice is, if you want to do it, do it. Do I do it? Yes. Do I love living in Dallas? Yes. I don't live in Dallas. Outside of Dallas? Yes. It's not easy. And I don't think motherhood was meant to be done alone or outside of the Golden Gate. Hang in there with me for a second. I think it was designed to have a village, and we would see less people mentally struggling. I don't think it was designed for mom to do it all. That's where you see illnesses and mental illnesses and burnout and relationships go down, things like that. If you have the opportunity to be near some grandparents, that grandparent, because I saw the second part of your question, I'm not going to disclose all of it. Do that if you can. If you really feel like you have grown out of your area and you want to take your children somewhere to provide a better life for them, do that as well. It's different. Find you a village. Don't do it alone. Do not walk motherhood alone. Hear me very well. Don't. Join support groups. Don't be overly trusting with your children, and don't find babysitters on Facebook, but because y'all gonna get mad. Don't find babysitters on Facebook without proper checks or references, things like that. If it's that type of thing where you just need help immediately, maybe not. But if you can stall out and build rapport with people and get help it can be done. I'm all about providing a better life for your children. I love the school systems out here. I love the opportunities. They're endless. And I do it every day. So, yeah. But it's a lot of money in paying for support when the village was supposed to be the village. Now, you said something, I'm trying to be vague because I'm big on privacy. You said something about moving when the grandparents are not, I'm going to say, ideal grandparents anyway. That's a separate subject. If your village is weak, move. Pray. First of all, before you do anything, pray about your next answer. If something gets so uncomfortable, God is asking you to move. I'm not telling you He's asking you to move here, but I'm saying He may be asking you to move something around in your life. If moving away from them doesn't take any deposits from your children anyway, it doesn't matter. But you asked me a very specific question about grandkids, grandparents. You know how some moms are really good moms who wanted to be moms, and you can tell wanted to be a mom, and you can tell she wanted to be a mom. There are some grandparents who are really good grandparents who you could tell wanted to be a grandparent. There are some who didn't want to be grandparents, but they understood the role in their assignment and they put their everything into it. You also have some moms who became moms and they still just need, their main focus is themselves because they weren't ready to be a mama and they weren't the type that just rose to the occasion regardless. You also have grandparents like that. Like, I'm still focused on me. I'm still figuring me out. And that could be a person thing. It could be just who they are as a person. But you know what? That just tells you what kind of grandparent you need to be, or what kind of affairs you want to have in order when it comes time for you to support your son or your daughter. That's what I say. I was blessed 100%. I was blessed. But I also care about things like that. This is no shade, but I do care about things like that when I date. Like family dynamic or whatever. And then you asked me about having a hard conversation with your mom. I'm not a hard conversation person, so I can't give you that much advice. But if you think it will help, it's very fair that you can have a conversation with your mom and just say, "Hey, I thought things would be different in motherhood with you. Like I thought, you know what I'm saying? You can say it, but keep it respectful. That's all I'm saying. It's not my experience, so I don't have a ton on that, but advice is find your village, join groups, things that your kids are in, get to know parents. They'll tell you about resources that they've already tried. Like, don't go through motherhood trying everything from ground zero when there's people who came before you that can give you beautiful advice, and you don't have to just be a rookie at everything. So there's my advice there. Are you coming back to YouTube? I miss your vlogs. Thank you. In some form or fashion. I don't want to make any type. Hello. I don't want to make any promises, but yes, I don't want to promise this, that, and the third. I will come as I feel that I can show up 100%. That's what I'll say. I miss YouTube. It was the editing that I didn't miss. I'm going to take one of these little pop-up questions before I go to the next one. Are any of your friends single? Depends on who's asking and what their tax bracket is. I'm not kidding about that either. And not that I'm saying, their tax bracket is going to be so much higher than my friends. No. They got some motion. So you're going to have to ask some motion. Period. Who is your BFF? Are you new here? Are you new? Oh. Is she single? To you, no. Yeah, I'm not being mean if y'all only knew. Passing 6 over Mexican by married. How do you feel about your children being in extracurricular activities? I'm okay with extracurricular activities. But you know what? I'm not okay with like burning them out. Like 3, 4, 5, we're never at home. Not that kind of thing. I want to see them balance and still thrive. If they can add on another one and still thrive, we'll add on another one. But for now, they're both in. Skylar's in 2 extracurricular. She's in theater and cheer. Lauren Ashley is in ballet, but she is going to go back to swim. So, and ballet is new. She's only been in there 3 weeks. She's loving it so far. But the moment they don't thrive for a while, because as soon as they bump their head on something, I'm not pulling them out. But the moment it doesn't serve them for a while, we reduce it. It's that simple. I'm not about having anxious kids because they're so busy. My kids are very much homebodies and very much like to do nothing sometimes. Let's go back into the big guns. How did you lose the baby weight after? Any advice on getting back to yourself after having a baby? Y'all, the baby weight is not off. Okay? Thank you for the compliment, but no, for real. I had my baby, and when I went back for my 6-week appointment, I had lost all the baby weight. And it just came off. I was breastfeeding, but I got on birth control after that, and it came back plus some. Well, no, not plus some. It came back. And so me and my doctor, ran my labs. I was on birth control for 18 months after having a baby, and we ultimately decided that it does not serve my body well. I got off. I've also joined the gym. So I'm just figuring my way back out. Thank you for the compliment, but yeah. Any advice on getting back to yourself after having a baby? Give yourself grace. Give yourself time. I did not feel like I was out of postpartum until 18 months. And the person that's asking me this is 7 months postpartum. Give yourself some grace. One fact that I know true is you didn't even feel like your body was healed at all at the 6-week mark that they talked about. You're probably just starting to feel that way. By 6, 7 months, I still had the most critical state of brain fog ever. Still very much sleep deprived, and you haven't even gone through the worst sleep regression. Well, 4 months was awful, but 8 months is bad too for my kid. But yeah, give yourself some grace. Don't get caught up in societal norms and things like that. So give yourself grace. Journal a lot. Figure out what you like, or what the new you like, because I don't like a lot of things that I used to like. And the most important thing, y'all hear me advocate for this all the time, getting therapy. I had a postpartum therapist that specialized in postpartum. And then I had then I transitioned to a marriage and family, motherhood, balancing it all therapist. And I love her. I've also started to see a nutritionist, and they came with a mindset coach. I didn't know that, but she is absolutely phenomenal. So I see the 2 of them now. Best thing I could have done, best investment into myself ever is a therapist. Like, I feel very sane, very that's normal, because a lot of things you ask yourself, like, am I crazy? You're not crazy. You love that child a lot. You want to keep her alive. You love that man. It's a lot. You just got 2 shoulders, and it's up here in tension every day because you're thinking of all the things you have to do. Get a therapist. Take the first step. Don't let it take you forever to take it. Get a therapist. All right, last question. What advice do you have for someone who wants marriage and children but is still in the dating pool? It's so discouraging out here. It's totally a fly in here, and it's going to kill me. It's a mosquito. You're right. It's very discouraging in the dating pool. Um, it's pee in the dating pool, but that doesn't mean your husband is not there. My advice is to be patient, because the worst mistake you can make, is to rush it and choose somebody and just make your decision. Don't consult with God and, hey, I'm doing this, and end up absolutely miserable. Not unhappy like marriage woes and we got to figure this thing out. Absolutely miserable with an unequally yoked person who you have charged with the other half of raising your children, giving your children their DNA. Like it's serious. It's a big thing. Like that fly is going to kill me. But it is a big thing. It's a lot weighing on it. So I know you want it, but what if that guy is also being taken on his journey to meet you, and then you intercept with Lil Ed and go have your miserable life, and he was right there? Don't settle. Don't rush it. Talk to God, like for real. Like right when you say, I'm about to go, that person will come. Keep preparing yourself. Get yourself some motion. Get yourself some happiness. Get yourself some good habits. Like pour back into yourself. All of that before you add all this on. Because a lot of those things that you're praying for take up the space for that. And so if you didn't have a foundation for it, it's even harder. So my advice is to pour into yourself. Run after God like never before. Just so when you do feel discouraged, you hear him or you know how to refer to what's true. And don't settle. Don't settle. Everything about yourself that you can work on, work on. That's the most time you'll ever have to work on yourself is while you're single. That's the most time. That's the most time you'll ever have to spend with God is while you're single. So it's just too much weighing on it to rush it. I know you've heard this before. I've been single before. But you're going to just look back right now. If you married and had kids with some of the people that you've already dated, everything's going to turn out how it turned out anyway. So imagine it turning out how it turned out with a 6-month-old. And it ain't worth playing with. So get you some motion, get in the word, and focus on yourself. And date. I'm an advocate for dating. Like if you know me, I'm gonna tell you date again. But understand that dating is it's a weeding process. You know what I'm saying? So don't be one of those people who are sad every time something doesn't work out. That's how it's intended to work. You know, like now you ain't gotta go giving them your all before it work out. Just, it's literally a weeding process. So let it be that. That's my advice. Find your happy now. Find your peace now. Don't listen to social media. Be my peace. Don't charge another person with carrying the weight of being your peace in life. Like if you really just stop and think about what people are saying when they say that, be my peace. I would be really discouraged if I had to wake up every day and I'm charged with making sure someone's life is peaceful. Baby, you need to call God He on the main line. That's where your peace come from. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine that. Hey you. Hello. Come on. Hey you. Every day. Make sure I have peace. Y'all gotta stop listening to the internet and really think about what these people be saying. Okay? Find your peace before. If you don't have peace now, you're not gonna have it in a relationship either. Okay? So y'all hear me on that. That's my advice on dating. But date. Have a time. Get to know people. Cut people off. Set your boundaries. Speak like an adult. Say what you need. Say what you're willing to give. Talk things out. Have hard conversations with the right people. Don't just go talking to everybody trying to have hard conversations. Deep Deborah. No. But yeah, that's my advice. Have a good time. Travel. See the world. Experience stuff. Try new foods. And yeah. Do y'all feel like we caught up? Because baby, I feel like we caught up. Y'all didn't leave a question. What the old people say? Y'all didn't leave a stone unturned. But no, y'all want story time so bad. On my relationship. There was a lot of y'all kept asking me how Lauren is doing. Lauren is doing great. Lauren is 2. Lauren is 22. Lauren is sassy, but Lauren is very, very sweet and very sensitive. So watch how you talk when you talk to my girl. All right, y'all. I really enjoyed these questions. I really enjoyed catching up with y'all. I really look forward to the next time we do this. I plan to pick up the camera soon. It's my time of the year to shine. I've always wanted to be present during the holidays. It's just I'd be so into it with my kids that I don't think to pick it up. So I'm going to try to do better. We have some fun things planned this holiday with our kids. And I look forward to taking y'all along. Cheers.